Okay, job nearly done. We've identified our values and beliefs, the theories that we believe in, the global challenges we think we need to address. We've thought about our purposes, our vision. We thought about the goals, what it is we'd be able to do if our vision was being realized. We thought about how we're going to teach. What's missing, of course, is how we're going to assess, how we're going to know if we're succeeding in meeting our goals. What are the metrics we're going to use? And of course, assessment is the elephant in the room. It's the major barrier to change in schooling. And that's because assessment drives curriculum and pedagogy. Not unreasonably, if you're being held accountable against something, that's what you ought to do. So if you're being held accountable against how well your students do in the summative assessments, you're going to teach to those things. And that means the curriculum is driven by what's in the exam syllabi. It means that your practice, your pedagogy is driven by the need to cover the curriculum. And so it's about surface, shallow, telling you what you need to know to get through the test, rather than that deep mastery and understanding that you get if you spent longer and went deeper. But how do we know if people are learning? Informal learning, it's about sitting on your own, cut off from the rest of the world, and what you can put out on a piece of paper. In the real world, it's about the extent to which you can actually act in meaningful ways within particular communities of practice. So can you behave like a monocyclist should behave? Can you stay up on your monocycle? And of course, if we look at how effective traditional exams are, they're pretty good at content. But if you want to cover all of these other aspects of the curriculum that I've suggested are really important if you're interested in individual fulfillment and universal well-being, then actually terminal exams, they're called terminal for a good reason, are pretty ineffective. And part of the reason for that is because it is about the individual. And actually, so much of human learning is about participation and interaction with others. So we need new metrics. We need new ways of capturing the evidence about the new things we've said are important within the curriculum. And digital technology may help us here. I mean, digital technology, I've already hinted, impacts on all those global challenges and the way the world is. It provides us with new tools to support learning. I'm not going to go into that in detail. There's lots of information out there on the web about it, but it's something you really need to engage with. And of course, teachers have had to engage with big time and really rapidly because of COVID-19. But it also may help us with new metrics. And I'm just going to look at one example of that. And I may provide some links on the page where you can go and look at other ideas and follow up on some other suggestions. So here we've got a scene from Minecraft, the education edition of Minecraft. And you could use AI, you could use data mining to capture evidence about what people do when they're trying to solve the problem, how to get out of this valley. So how long do you take to get out of the valley? How long do you persevere and do you give up? What different strategies do you try to get out? How creative are you in the different ways that you explore getting out of the valley? Do you seek help or do you do it all on your own? Those are all things that you could be capturing data about within Education Minecraft, which would tell you about some of those process-orientated competencies that we say are so important in terms of creativity, problem solving, persistence and resilience, communication and collaboration. So that's just one example of how digital technology might help us with the assessment problem. And I'm going to stop.